Welcome back to the Stoop football fans. It's your boy Lolo, and I am a happy boy today. I was a frustrated boy for about 70 minutes or so watching that match. But in the end, Arsenal did come out on top 2-1 over Wolves in a very much more exciting match than a lot of matches have been in the past for both of these clubs, but it was very, I would have to say, very entertaining. And there's a lot to dig into in this match, so I'm going to get right into it, but please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the like button, the share button, do all that stuff. I know you guys do. And as well, I want to say what's up to the Stoop crew who's here up late. Anders, I think, was first up. Macronomical there. Jimmy, Bremner's Ghost, Ben Ireland, good to see all y'all. Via Martine as well. Director John commenting. I hope he's here. Bandy, good to see you as well. Riddy, what's up? And he's asking the question. He's saying, where's Mark? Mark's not afraid of y'all. Mark's not afraid of y'all at all. And I have to say, well, I'm not going to speak for him. We're going to just bring him on out. The only show to actually have a Wolves fan on it and not just talking Arsenal issues. Mark, how are you feeling today versus the day 2 weeks ago?
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It was, I don't know if I can do this. It was a very disappointing result. There you have it.
Yeah. Very disappointing. I mean, it has to be. It has to be fucking absolutely disappointing for you. And it's a weird win because I felt like Wolves. First of all, let me just say to you, Mark, I thought you guys were playing in a way I hadn't seen you play. That first 20, 30 minutes of the match, where we even had a couple opportunities, but besides that, I felt like we were being bossed everywhere. And I found myself sitting there going, Mark had a point about his fullbacks. Ait Nori was bossing that side of the pitch. The other side of the pitch, Semedo, didn't realize how fast that fucking dude is. The crossfield passes were good. He-Chan, starting He-Chan. You called it, Mark. I gotta say, I had my phone on the other side of the room from me, or else I would have texted you this during the match, but I was laser focused. But I kept thinking in my head, I was like, fuck, man, Mark is right about this as well. So I think you know your team very well, and anybody talking shit about that can go fuck themselves. But I was thinking we weren't expecting 3 up top, 2 in the middle. We were expecting 3 in the middle to boss the midfield with Den Donker. But he comes out, and it was He-Chan, Raul Jimenez, and Podence. All 3 of them causing major issues for us.
Yeah.
And BxGunner, great point right there. Semedo going off.
That's the point I was about to make. Was just it had that feel of Liverpool because we lost Ait Nori and immediately we lost.
And
in this particular case to lose Semedo and then you guys scored 6 minutes later.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
That being said, we were on the press right there. You
guys were on the press for most of the game. I mean, the problem being is that eventually, no matter how good your defense is, you defend that long, you're going to make an error.
Yeah.
And I think that was really just the tail of the tape here, But yeah. I'm actually looking something up. Respect to Mark, you guys gave us 10. Now please beat West Ham on Sunday.
Yes,
I hope to beat West Ham on Sunday.
Wolves fans Wolves have to understand that as soon as the match was over, we started rooting for you guys. Like again, like
Yeah.
okay, now beat all these fuckers.
Sure.
Beat all these fucking dudes.
Yeah, I don't want to be doing Arsenal any favors, but
So,
we've got to get ourselves up there too. But
but I have to say,
where are we here?
that brings me to what this keeps reminding me for you guys, Mark, was the Arsenal Everton match where we went up 1-0.
Yeah,
early,
no,
and then backed off.
Absolutely.
Didn't it?
There
I felt like it had y'all kept going. You could. I mean, you even did have multiple opportunities, but what are you looking up right now?
I was actually looking up when Semedo went off and when Pepe scored. If it was really that quick, and actually it wasn't. It was like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So that the goal by Pepe. Wow. That little pirouette that he made. I mean, look, he did it to my team, and I can appreciate that. I was like, I forgot I was rooting for the Wolves there for a second because that goal, the goal, not so much, but the move, just the little like step and spin. I mean, there's players out there that got fantastic footwork. Podence is one of them. He didn't necessarily show it against Arsenal, but he definitely showed it against Leicester. I mean, he practically sat down Tielemans. Or Tielemans. But the footwork on Pepe, and it was just
I rewatched
and I was like, wow! And then my lady comes in and is just like, did Wolves score? I was like, oh no, that's terrible.
It was just a great goal. It was just
a great goal. It was an absolutely great goal.
And I was rewatching that over and over and over, and you realize, like, yes, there's a lot of flair in that. That's like a lot of what Pepe we love about Pepe. It's very pretty what he does a lot of times. It just never finishes. It's never got any purpose behind it. But that move right there were two defenders right in front of him, and the way he catches the ball and makes the decision, like, nope. Yeah. Like I can't go this way at an inch, and he used his body and spun and it went in, and I couldn't fucking believe it. It was a great goal. But speaking of game changers, you guys had brought Neto back in, and I swear to God, if Gabriel's knee doesn't graze that ball, that's a goal. And then you didn't even get the corner.
To be honest, in
that
2 weeks,
was a
in 2 weeks of form, that's a goal. He's just not in form right now.
It was on.
He hasn't played in almost a year. So I definitely think that that there was a little bit of rest. For Neto. I mean, he's definitely got the speed still. Johnny's not ready.
Johnny's not ready.
For Semedo, and I just
that was not a change Bruno Lage wanted to make. That was not in the game plan.
It really wasn't. But it is kind of nice because I have to admit that for the first time in a very long time, substitutions are coming on for the Wolves, and I don't have to say, fuck. Because Neto comes on as a sub, and that's not fuck.
No, or that's fuck for us.
Unless you're rooting for for the other team. Johnny on for Semedo. While Johnny is not, he's not ready. That wouldn't have been bad. I was surprised that maybe, and I know that's not his side of the field, but I was surprised that Martial didn't come on for Semedo rather than Johnny, because again, I just don't think. I don't think Johnny is quite that fit. BxGunner, we all know everybody leaves everywhere. They all go on to other things. They go play in Europe. They go do this. They go do, no one is tied to a particular team anymore.
Yeah, but I don't know. I see Podence really getting a shot next season, even more than he's starting to right now. I think in Mark, his system, that's what he's going to do. He's going to play in the system. He's going to start in the system. The question being is, can they get Podence and Neto on the same starting 11? Yeah, that's with my Neves question. Because I mean, and since we're on the subject of that front group,
As far as I'm concerned, I'm tired of his fucking antics.
Raul,
I'm tired of Raul. You
that
know,
was
he's
some
obviously
shit.
not the put, but he pulled some, like I just was like, fuck, I'm not going to turn my back on this team, but I want to turn this off because the way he walked over the sideline and then just threw his arms out and just he'd already gotten the yellow. It's like,
I was
what,
like, he's getting a red. He's getting a red.
you want to hurt our club by being an asshole and get a red?
He's gonna,
You know?
instead of being subbed off, he's gonna get
And
get
he
sent
wasn't
off.
even. I don't even know what the hubbub was because he didn't get subbed out.
Yeah,
They didn't sub him
that
out. They
was
subbed out
weird.
Hechan.
Weird,
just,
weird.
You know, and all the pushing and shoving and all the just, you know, yeah, it was
Yeah,
a lot of garbage.
You know
lot
what?
Of garbage all the way around.
You know what? A lot of this match made me think of was like, I don't know about to the actual footballing world, is this a rivalry? But to these players, these guys who have been through these 2 weeks, it felt like a rivalry. It felt like a derby. There was extra fight. There was extra diving in for challenges.
It had more of a knockout round European Champions League thing. Aggregate.
Definitely.
It had that feel.
Definitely. So, Mark, I want to ask you, and if you want, I'll go first, but
Sure.
a topic I wanted to bring up was surprise player. Who surprised you today with their performance? A lot of people did what they do. Like even I'd say Connor Cody, as active as he was, that's what he does, is what I feel like. He was good, but that's just him being him.
Right.
Like if you want me to go first, I will.
I mean, I can go first. You know,
right.
I mean, for me, it was more surprised on what they did, in a sense, and not a very positive way. Like I was really, while it's something that they used to be known for, Arsenal used to be known for giving up goals by having shitty play out the back. I was really surprised by, you know, the poor pass by Gabriel. And then
he was atrocious.
Yeah, he was terrible. And then really surprised that that Ramsdale came so far out his box. You know, like, to not trust the defense or to trust his own goalkeeping and leave the goal exposed by that. If you want to be surprised by something that happened, that was something, because Arsenal has been playing very solidly out of the back for a very long time. They don't make mistakes like that anymore, and it's sometimes I know I've even said on the show that it's just like, if Arsenal does this, they'll lose.
Yeah, that was that moment where that happened, and I was like, here we go, downhill we go.
Wolves, I'm very pleased with and coming off a thigh injury that kept him out for 2 months. I was really pleased with Hechan. I thought he played very, very well. I hope for the day that happens where he gets a little more respect, as far as, you know, how he's kind of jostled and bumped and tackled into. Seems like he doesn't get calls that he might, or that other players around the league might. I think for Arsenal, the player I thought had was
surprised player. That's what I'm asking. Who surprised you?
Well, Hechan surprised me.
Yeah.
And I think for Arsenal, probably, I thought Partey played pretty well.
Yeah, he
played. And I don't expect a good game out of Partey. I just haven't. I just don't, and I know Arsenal fans don't either.
No, he's had 2 decent games. He's had 2 decent games in a row, and hopefully he starts finding form. But I'd say the player that surprised me the most throughout the match was Xhaka. And not a lot of mentions about Xhaka, but to me, he was very solid in the midfield. He was part of a lot of things a lot of the good things that happen. And even when we were starting to run out of ideas, he goes storming through the middle and gets a pass over the top that the pass was on point. He's just not that fast. Like, it was a pass for Emil Smith Rowe or somebody.
Well, Emil Smith Rowe didn't
straight out
make
of
the
London.
lineup.
I know, but I'm saying that's a pass for somebody of his speed.
Sure.
Straight out of London. Just where we sent the Wolves packing. Sorry, I'm showing my shirt.
Anything else?
Lots more,
ahead.
Mark.
Go right ahead, please.
So Xhaka also seemed like more of a leader today, and I actually felt like he was one of the least likely to get a red card today. It was surprising. That's why I would say Xhaka was the surprising player to me. What did you notice Xhaka at all?
Oh, I most certainly noticed that Xhaka was a little more on the front foot, rather than just holding things down defensively. I felt that he was kind of getting involved in a more of an offensive sense. So yeah. I definitely noticed.
Oh, and Riddy says Bruno Lage finally gave us permission to celebrate. And to be fair, when Neves said that, Bruno Lage was told about the comment, and Bruno Lage said, well, we'd have done the same exact thing. When you go down to 10 men and you come and you hold out, it feels like that. Yeah. So it wasn't Bruno Lage who said that.
I also, to be perfectly honest about this whole Neves thing, I think I think the context was taken out of his comments. If you read them, they can be read a different way than how it's been used and what the media has run.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Like, oh, they were disgusted because they were celebrating like they won the cup.
Yeah, they clickbaited the hell out of it.
What I think Neves was saying is like, to watch them celebrate like that after they beat us was like a good feeling. That to him, it was like, we're somebody that you celebrate when you beat, we're not like a Watford. You're not really going to fucking be jumping up and down and popping champagne bottles with, playing a team like that, or even a team last year, even Wolves last year, you weren't going to be all that excited because you beat us. This year, we're somebody.
Yeah.
We're a decent squad. Man. We're just not there yet.
I have to say, Mark,
at least playing like that.
I have to say, Mark, to continue the civility, but also the truth. If I was any of these teams in the top 6 besides Liverpool and City, because they're not really concerning, they're just winning their next game no matter what. But the other teams, Chelsea all the way down the table, has to be looking at Wolves going, fuck. Because we were the first team to score 2 goals on you guys in 16 matches or something like that.
Yeah, something. I mean, we this is actually, I think, the 3rd time all season we've given up 2 goals.
That's where Arsenal fans, you even saw in the chat, fucking John Lawler, he's like, the only outcome I see here is 2-0 Wolves. Once they score, you can score on them.
And you brought it up as far as like it had that similar feeling of when Arsenal played Everton.
Yeah,
I just didn't understand all that little ticky tacky, and it's like, come on, attack.
20 minutes into the game, man.
I mean, as far as like the time wasting goes, it's like one can look at it as like a tit for tat, and everybody does it.
Not 20 minutes into the game, man.
Look, Brentford. Brentford's a perfect example of that.
Don't put yourself on par with fucking Brentford.
I'm not doing that. But what I am saying is the commentators even had made comment about it, but then they were like, yeah, this is having a little bit of a feeling of a time waster here for the Wolves, but Arsenal really can't complain because
I think he said. He said it's kind of funny seeing Lacazette complaining about time wasting when 2 weeks ago that's what they were doing.
Exactly.
However, we were doing it with 10 men and fucking trying to survive. That was 20 minutes into it, and you guys could have stayed on the front foot and got another one. He-Chan was foaming at the mouth.
Yeah, I was foaming.
And he almost had another tap in.
Yeah, I gotta get new carpet in my apartment because I've actually paced through to the woodwork. Yeah, I didn't sit down the entire second half.
Me neither. But, I was like this.
But like I said, it was a much better. Ben,
what did Ben say?
He's saying Leeds don't do it. Leeds can't even win.
Yeah,
Leeds can't even play football right now. But
you kind of got to have a lead, Leeds. Ben.
Exactly. You got to have a lead. Anyway.
So listen, for my assessment of this Arsenal match is once again we showed that we need someone who can finish up front. Lacazette had many chances that were just off the mark. Thomas Partey needs to stop shooting. Just stop. Just look for the next pass. Just stop it. Just fucking stop it.
I think every time he touches the ball, it just sails over the top.
And at least one of those shots that he sent off to Rosie, there was Martin Odegaard and Saka right there. Like, Saka was in the box, Martin Odegaard was right on the edge of the box, and he could have dropped it off to either of them. And it's just like, what? Why are you? Why? No, you're. Give it to anybody else. Give it to anybody else. But who else? Pepe. I think Pepe deserves more playing time. But I don't know if I would necessarily start him, because he does come out of the gate like a rocket when he comes off the bench. When he starts, he eases into a match, and you never really get that explosiveness from him as you do when he comes on in like the 70th minute. Now, I thought we waited far too long to get our substitutions on, because you could see, and I was surprised Martinelli came off.
I was too.
And I thought Lacazette would come off, but clearly Lacazette playing the full 90 plus stoppage. There was something said before where Lacazette was like, unless I'm injured, I'm not coming off. Like,
I had that because he left it all out there. There was nothing left. I mean, he looked spent in the 60th minute. He just did not look like someone that was going to go a full 90. And when Pepe came on, what I had thought is that maybe he would come in for Lacazette, and then Martinelli would move into the center.
Martinelli goes up front,
and then Pepe. But then Pepe's always kind of like, doesn't he normally play on Saka's side?
Yeah, but they switched. Saka went to the other side. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, yes, bring on the pace. Let's have fucking Saka, Martinelli, Pepe across the top there and just go at you. But that being said, Lacazette, after all those subs, he was still all over the pitch. I mean, he went and kept, I think, Moutinho from getting a cross in near your box and defensively and gain possession. So it was fucking... I thought Lacazette was fantastic, even though he missed a bunch of chances.
It had that feel to it that you just knew Lacazette eventually was going to get his.
I think Lacazette just needs a striker on top of him.
He took so many shots and so many shots and so many shots, and just missed. Defended, but it just, I knew he was going to score.
Yeah,
I really
you really felt it.
You just,
and even that shot,
the odds eventually are in your favor. You don't. You take 100 shots and you're not going to miss them all.
Yeah, and I thought it was done with that shot from Saka, because it was a beautiful shot that was saved by Sa. And I was like, we're done. And then that all led to the Lacazette goal. And I was like, of course, it has to fall to Lacazette. And it sucks that he didn't actually get credited with the goal. It's a Sa own goal.
I saw that.
Because I don't think it was a shot. I think he was crossing it to Saka. Because Saka, that's where it was going. Had Sa not got a hand on it, Saka was right there. And so weird for it to change direction and go into goal. Yeah. And unfortunate for that. But I do feel like you guys missed out on 30 minutes of the match, at least, where you were sitting back.
Yeah,
to an odd extent.
I really hated watching that. It was...
And that's where the three guys up top with all the pace for you were like, what are we doing?
I really hope that there is a lesson to be learned somewhere, that Laj is just like, we got to just attack outright. We take that 1-0 lead and we make it 2-0, or we try and make it 3-0. And we attack because something's working. Because we were getting up there. We weren't, it was very typical Wolves. We were not having success in the final third, but we were getting there.
Yeah.
We did not have a problem getting up into the final third.
No.
Neither team did.
Yeah.
But instead, we decided that we wanted to rest on a 1-0 lead with a team filled with talented, speedy attackers. And you guys just kept pulling defenders. You pulled Gabriel. You put in Pepe. You pulled...
No, we didn't pull Gabriel. Oh, we pulled Martinelli.
You pulled Martinelli. That's right. Right.
No. I mean, he is Gabriel, but...
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I got
He's not a defender.
At the... I got confused there. Yeah. No, I'm not going to argue that one, Mr. Tom.
No, that's absolutely true. But the likes of Hechan, Podence, and Neto back, and Neves in fine form, and Moutinho having probably one of his best seasons. In a long time.
He's showing.
And
he's
fucking Raul, what are you gonna do with Raul, man? What is he too much of a hothead? You're gonna get rid of him?
I've told you a long time ago on this show and privately, and on this show many times that Raul is not the same player. And I think what we're starting to see is the frustrations of here we are. I mean, I've been reading a lot that Raul's rounding into fine form, and it's like I don't see it. I don't see that he's in great form. What I see is someone who's starting to get frustrated to the point where he's could very well harm the team, and it was very. I would not have blinked had he been awarded a second yellow. I would not have blinked at all. He would have deserved it.
I think that might be why they changed it.
We don't need at this point right now because of all we're no longer flying under the radar. Oh, we got Wolves in a couple weeks. Okay, that's not what we got.
So if you're Lodge, do you bench him up for the next match?
What's the alternative?
Hechan.
Who's your striker? Hechan? I guess you could.
Hechan, Fabio Silva. But I mean, it's a fucking.
Silva would have benefited.
Imagine, Mark. Imagine if he's being substituted off and he just doesn't get off the pitch and he gets a red card. That substitute doesn't come on, but Raul leaves. You guys are down to 10 men.
I understand that. That's why I
it's that sort
very frustrated to see that.
To me, you gotta. I got the Raul headband on. Yeah, you're right. I don't know if that's a subliminal troll that I didn't even know I was doing. Trust me, I did not think that much. But yeah, cool. No, I want Raul to be in good form for the World Cup because I like. I'm a Mexico supporter, I'm a USA supporter, and I'm a Spain supporter. I know that's weird, but we're Americans. We have mixed blood. So I want him to be in good form for the World Cup, you know? But I think you're right. He's not the same person, and his attitude is coming out, but he's not scoring the goals
because he's not. It's a different system, man. It's a different system, and he wants to. I think he's getting frustrated because it doesn't play like Nuno.
Dude, he had his shot today. He had his shot today. He could have put y'all 2-0 up.
He had 2 opportunities, and he gets his opportunities every week, and he's doing his best, Timo Werner impression.
Yeah.
Or he's just missing and missing and missing and missing, and he just can't, And so, I think, sit him down. I mean, someone's going to sit. Probably Raul will sit out the West Ham game. He-Chan will probably play in that. We might see
Neto get a start.
Neto get a start. Who knows? I don't know. Hopefully not Trincao.
Neto and Neves on the same.
A lot of speed.
That's deadly. I just want to do a quick note, and I'm not going to do. This isn't going to go the bitching route, Mark, as you might think it is. But a quick note on the officiating of this match. Did it seem to you like they were calling fouls that weren't really fouls and then missing fouls that were fouls? For example, I mean, I know for a fact we didn't get a corner when we should have got a corner, and y'all didn't get a corner when you should have got a corner. There's that.
Yeah, those sort of things were pretty frustrating.
There was the phantom tackle dive that Cody got a foul on, where if you watch the replay, Ben White he saw the ref right there, and he was like, "Oh, if I just fall, it's gonna look like he nailed me," and he got it, and that's not a reviewable thing.
Yeah. There
were tons of those, and then other fouls where I'm like, "That's not a fucking foul. That's not a fucking foul." For both teams, I saw it.
No.
The only reason I'm not furious is because it was even.
It was both because I can, two no calls on both sides. The high boot by Raul.
Oh Jesus!
In
the face.
I mean, it was pretty close to his face. It didn't hit him. It didn't connect. There was that. And the elbow by Gabriel into He-Chan.
The elbow was bad, too.
That was right to the face.
Don't forget the handball by Lacazette that led to a free kick.
Yeah.
I was like, if we score on this, Mark is going to destroy me.
There were multiple handballs.
That was like he dribbled it first, and then that was bad.
Yeah.
That one
it was not
awful. And I was like, I kind of don't want
well officiated squad, but luckily for either of us, that none of them were they weren't game changers.
It at least went both ways.
Although the one on the call on Cody, that was like, we're breaking. We were breaking. We were on a fast break when that happened. And I think if anything, that might have been something that. Because I was like, I wasn't gonna get salty on it. I was like, this just because at that point it had been going back and forth. So. But I agree. The officiating was not a top drawer.
Yeah,
if you will.
And then for me, the penalty claim in the first 2 minutes, I think it was the first minute and a half. If you watch it back, slow-mo, all this, Martinelli does get put off, but it is shoulder to shoulder. But that one to me is another subjective penalty where shoulder to shoulder contact is fine, but the pace that you come in shoulder to shoulder, and he spun Martinelli this way, So was it actually in the back? What happens to Martinelli? Did he get the ball? There's all this that would be reviewed under VAR if he called it. To me, if that happens in the 80th minute, it's a penalty. Like the call on the field would be a penalty. It was the fact that it was the first minute of the game. I think he was like, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't the feet. So no. Which was a little frustrating.
What I see in those sort of calls is just there's just so much going on in the box, because I think that what you're referring to is something that happened. This happened in inside the 18-yard box.
Yeah, because it would have been a penalty. Yeah.
And
but the ball, it was all quick passes.
There's just so much happening, so much happening that it really needs to kind of separate a little bit. I mean, this is why Slabhead gets away with so much. It's always in a congested area. It's always where there's a lot of action happening, a lot of movement, and McGuire has gotten. How many times have you seen him pick people up and play WW style wrestling? And body slam people and headlock people, and it nothing gets called. There has to be, I think, just more space. It has to be more pronounced, if that's the right way to describe it. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. But it depends, because if a referee might call it, you never know. So it's always a risk. And which leads me to the Ben White, the phantom call. That's risky for Ben White to do. So if he didn't get any touch, that's him just falling down and letting the guy go, which is a terrible decision. So to me, there was something, it kind of had to be something, unless he was just thought that he was going to lose a leg and he just kind of dove. Because to me, I'll dive here and get the call. We never fucking get the call. What are you talking about? That's a risky play. That being said, it still would have been Connor Cody one-on-one with Ramsdale. I would say he's not the best finisher on your team.
It would have been interesting to see him try.
Still could have got a goal, but
it was pretty ballsy. Because not only that, but he's furious with the ref, and the play is going, and he's got to not only get back to his position, but he's got to give the ref an earful. I've never seen him.
The amount
I thought his head was going to explode.
Mark, the amount of fuck off that I saw today mouthed, I saw it from Connor Cody to multiple people. And then during one other foul where he walks up and he pushes Shaka and he goes, fuck off, mate. I saw it from Arteta. They cut to him after a foul and he's going, fuck off. Yeah. And I'm like, I saw it from so many players today. I was like, these guys are heat. This is a derby. Yeah. This felt like a second leg Champions League.
It almost certainly was.
Not that we know what that feels like.
I really liked when Arteta came and approached Bruno for whatever reason.
Time wasting, I think it was.
Lage is just not. He's just I'm not having it.
He eventually went over. He eventually went over
and spoke to John not John, whoever the fourth ref was on the side. They had a little conversation, but as far as engaging Arteta, didn't Pep and Arteta get into it?
Yeah, and that fucked us up. That fucked us up. It infuriated. And what happened was, it got Anfield so excited. But I saw multiple times. I want to give a big thank you to the Arsenal supporters at the Emirates today, because you could feel it. You could feel the atmosphere the entire time. It felt like they were 100% behind the club. They could feel something. They could feel that we hadn't given up. I saw Arteta bigging up the crowd. I saw LACAZETTE bigging up the crowd.
Man. I've not seen that before, and this is. This is that next step for Arsenal, is to have and harness that passion, because a lot of the times over the past couple of years we've talked about Arsenal and their inability to play with passion. Like that was definitely an issue with Aubameyang. No passion, not passionate enough to be a captain. The unpassioned, not being passionate leads to these frustrations and leads to these yellows and red cards. But to see the passion I was like, cool. It was very refreshing to see, and I think that this is just another progression in the development and maturity of the Arsenal.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you. I hear that. I think bottom line for both of our clubs today, I would say there's a lot to be proud of from both teams. I just really do think it kind of hindered on that 30 minutes where you guys took your foot off the gas. You should have put your foot on our throat, because we were upset. Yeah. We were visibly upset by that goal.
Yeah,
and Gabriel spent the next 30 minutes being shitty. He was
awful. Brooding on it. He was that's
awful.
What happens. These mistakes that become so costly, and dumb mistakes can sit and rent space in your head, and that's always been a problem that Arsenal has had.
Yeah, it's the immaturity.
It was just.
Y'all fucked up and let us go to halftime.
I'm
only
very
down
proud
1.
of my club and where they are. I am not proud of that performance. No, I thought the time wasting. I thought Raul's antics. I thought the not being satisfied with 1-0 victory, a la Arsenal against Everton. All very shameful. Very shameful.
Yeah, well, next up, you guys have a run. Of West Ham, Crystal Palace, Watford, Everton, Leeds United on March 18th. Another Stoop derby. That's a 4 p.m. game. When is March 18th? I think that's a midweek match. But look, there's for you guys, I don't see you moving down the table at all from here.
No,
if anything,
I mean,
moving up.
The table is separated. There's like 7 points currently, not even before this game or but after this game. There's 7 points between 8th and 9th. So the table is the cream is rising to the top, so to speak. The table is separating. It would probably take a horrific injury for the Wolves to fall below 10th.
Yeah, but
I don't see them. I don't see them doing that. I'm not sure of anything anymore. It comes to the league. I mean, a month ago, didn't we have a show that said, "Should we crown City?"
Yeah.
We were ready to give it to City, and then that has become a race. No sooner does Tottenham beat City that they turn around and lose to Burnley in a makeup match. That's a game in hand. That's free points as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
Showed them.
Well, Arsenal have Watford next. Then we have Leicester City, Liverpool, Villa, Crystal Palace. And then we have makeup matches.
You guys don't play for another 10 days.
We don't play for 9 days or so. March 6th.
Your Liverpool match got postponed. But unfortunately, these matches for you guys that you're getting postponed are
these suck.
Massive,
they're Tottenham. Right now we have Tottenham and Chelsea as our postponed matches that
Chelsea
we have to make.
And Liverpool. Liverpool as well.
I think it's already been rescheduled though. So.
Yeah, but it's still a makeup match. It's not like you're getting like our makeup match.
Yeah, it's midweek.
You and Watford. I mean, I'm not exactly. I mean,
these are big, but I mean,
Watford lightly.
If we played those two matches, if we played Tottenham and Chelsea, without anybody like just catching up, we would be over Chelsea if we won those two, because Chelsea's got one game in hand. Oh, I guess they could win theirs. Either way, Chelsea have somehow shit the bed and lost out on any hopes of winning the league and are 10 points behind fucking Liverpool. So they need to start concerning themselves with the likes of Manchester United, Arsenal, West Ham, Wolves, Tottenham, kind of.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll keep them in there. So it's going to be crazy. It's going to be fun.
You know? It is. Yeah, no doubt. It is kind of nice to be in almost March and not have the league already the winner of the league sewn up, because 2 years ago it was Liverpool, last year it was City, and there was no race. I mean, City had it sewn up by March. You know.
Yeah, and I mean even the bottom three. Even the bottom three is a like 7 teams, I would say.
Yeah.
7 teams are separated by 7 points. Mm-hmm. So, and there's games in hand all over the place. The top team actually is the only one without. Brentford is the only one without a game in hand, and they're only 7 points above Norwich, who's at the bottom of the table. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be a fun till her daddy takes her T-bird away type of rest of the season. But Mark, well done to you. We got the double on you. This way, the other way. I'm over here. There you go. Yep. There you go. We got the double, and I can't be prouder because your team is a fucking brick wall, and so I don't know how we did it. But Arsenal, I'm happy for us. Let's keep on going. Let's keep moving. Let's keep blowing shit up with our cannons, and making the Emirates a fortress. Don't forget to join us tomorrow night, everybody, 7 p.m. Eastern, midnight in England or the UK for happy hour. We'll be trash talking and trivia and all sorts of fun, including Mr. Tom's Betting in the Dark with Mr. Tom. And for those of you guys who are listening, I'm afraid this may be our last of the 10 p.m. slot shows. We're about to call it quits on those and bring you some different types of shows. So look forward to all that new, different stuff that we may be starting as soon as next week. And so long to our Ava crew who stays up till 3 a.m.
Are you putting the stake into the heart of the Avas?
I am. Well, no, just putting them to rest. There will be plenty of late night shows. Don't worry. Just not 4 days a week, 4 nights a week.
There you go.
That's just unsustainable right now. But thank you guys so much for supporting us. Hit all the like, share, subscribe, all that. Let people know about the show if you enjoy it. And we'll get rowdy tomorrow night for happy hour. And as always, if you have any suggestions for categories or you want to send in an entire category, go to onthestupidlolo.com. Send it in there.
Don't forget the fantasy football.
Oh, yes. And guys, there's a match tomorrow. So get your fantasy football team sorted tonight or by like an hour before kickoff tomorrow. Yeah. So make sure you guys do that. The only person who captained Diogo Jota and vice-captained Cancelo with Salah on the fucking... all right, Mark. Good night, brother. Have a good rest.
Be good.